Ready?
The Bluetooth device is connected successfully.
Hey guys, Rich with Rich Rebuilds here, and we are back with the Turbo Hayabusa hybrid swapped Volkswagen Rabbit pickup truck build. Try saying that 3 times fast. In the rear of the truck, there is a turbocharged Hayabusa engine, and up front, there's an electric motor and battery setup. And last we left off, we had some issues with the Hayabusa engine starting and staying running, and now it more than starts, it runs. It drives, everyone, and it's been a long time coming with all the failed parts, but we are back on track. And today's episode, we're gonna tie up some loose ends. Then we're gonna go for the first drive under the Turbo Hayabusa power. And other news, we got the fully built front differential back and installed in Smokey, the electric side-by-side, and we've been doing some test launches on the street. Check out how hard this thing launches now with the new all-wheel drive drivetrain. Pretty neat, huh? And lastly, the van is for sale. Remember the Sprinter van we built for our homeless assistant, Linda? Well, it's for sale. Check out the Sprinter van build series to check it out. The van is officially for you to purchase. It has heat, hot water, stove, solar panels, lithium batteries, all of that good stuff, for the low price of $25,000, which is the cheapest van like this for sale. Those other knuckleheads are charging $50,000 for the same exact thing. This one is $25,000, and you can literally live in it if you want. And I know what you're asking in your head. I know what you're thinking.
Do you come with a car?
Oh, you.
For an extra fee, yes. It even comes with a table that goes up and down. And speaking of things that go up, I just got my new desk set up recently, and I'm pretty proud of it. I got a new standing desk from Flexispot, and it's great for standing or sitting while doing projects because sometimes you need to do it standing up, okay? And I'm talking about the desk. Look at this thing. Working while sitting down isn't always ideal, and I fidget more than most, so a standing desk is great since I can now be more mobile and have better grasp on projects because some things, again, they're just better standing up. I need something that's a good size, and this desk is perfect. I can fit my printer, all my unpaid bills, and my son's watermelon eating contest trophies, but it also helps working on McLaren assembly parts because it's much easier to stand up and do that. Not only is it really sleek, but this is one of the only desks that I've seen that could hold more weight than any other at over 400 pounds, so you could put your mom on it, and you could also put things like, heavy batteries and other projects that you want to work on. Then when I want to sit down, I choose something that's ergonomic and comfortable, which is why I chose this chair. And what's really crazy that these desks hold up to the test of time, considering a long, long time ago, we used components of a Flexispot desk to make the convertible bed to a table in the back of the mobile home Sprinter van series. Yeah, there you go. Hey. So it's a good thing that it can support so much weight when you have multiple people sleeping on it. Now, Flexispot provides all kinds of standing desks and ergonomic chairs to meet your demands. If you want a standing desk with a T-frame, you can choose their E7 basic frame. If you're on a limited budget, you can choose the E2 model. It costs only $150. And you can get the basic standing function and use my promo code YTB30 for $30 off on any order over $500. And the E7 has a 15-year warranty and 30-day risk-free money-back return service. And since they start their Black Friday sale from November 1st, you can use the code RichRebuilds to get an extra $30 off their E7, E7 Pro, and C7 chair, and you can get the best price of the year on their products now. Okay, where did we leave off with this thing? So on the back side of things, we actually made a lot of progress. The rear axle is in. Joey's gonna paint that a little bit later on. We have this 3D printed air inlet that John made. All we have to do is run the ducting from this side, going to that. That one is already set on the other side. All the radiator tubing has been done. All I have to do is just secure that to the actual radiator. Really, really, really good progress is being made. The Pingle automatic shifter is in. What we have to do now is try to figure out where we want the axle to sit. We don't want the axle to stretch too far, which is why we have those straps in the way. We don't want this angle to get too extreme, or else that rear drive shaft, it actually might pop out. We don't want that to happen. On the inside, we are doing a lot more wiring. So on the inside, we have all the wiring for the Hayabusa engine. On the back wall, I have to do a couple grounds on that side. What I plan on doing today is actually making the center console for this. So there's gonna be a center console in the middle where I'm gonna mount the key switch, I'm gonna mount the turn signals, and all the other relevant electronics right in the center, so it actually looks nice. I'm gonna put some ABS black plastic over it so it looks really good. But other than that, we're making pretty good progress so far. Okay, so I successfully managed to cut this piece off the handlebar with the saw, which is a piece of equipment I think was overkill. But now I have to make the insides of this a little bit bigger. No way this is gonna work.
That's the confidence we're looking for.
That's what we need right now. Yeah, wow. Let me just keep trimming, make it a little bit bigger. All right, Chatty Poo and I are here working on this. It is 11:50 at night, it's almost midnight, and we're running into some issues with the fuel pump. After spending about half an hour, 45 minutes, trying to figure out why the fuel gauge isn't working from our convenient 5-gallon Amazon fuel cell, it turns out that this actually wasn't reaching the water at all. So what I have to do, I have to remove the sending unit, I have to bend things so it actually reaches the bottom, and I have to try things again. So this was completely backward and it wasn't moving. Ta-da!
It's not a lot of movement.
It's not a lot at all. I don't know how this shipped the way it did, but it wasn't even close to touching the bottom of the tank. Not even close. How big is that tank? Like a gallon?
A gallon, yeah.
Yeah, that's equivalent of a gallon tank. So I think we bend it. Well, wait a minute, it was also reversed.
Reversed, yeah, so down is up, up is down. So we need to, oh, this is gonna hurt the head.
What you got, Chef?
All right, so pull the rod out.
Yep.
So originally, it was
went
exactly the
down.
opposite. Down, that was, what was it, full?
Yep.
Full was down and this was empty.
Correct.
Right? So the idea is now is to take this out, flip it around the other way.
Yep.
Right? So now this is gonna work in the exact opposite direction.
But
Now
we
the
gotta
problem
bend
is-
that tab down so it doesn't
Right.
come loose again.
So that needs to go through all the way through here on that side.
Yep.
But it's not long enough, so we're gonna need more material. We can bend this around, but it's gonna be a lot of bending.
Or
So
we could
got this-
sacrifice the Mini Cooper one.
we got one for the Mini Cooper here, and we got a nice long rod that we can,
And the float's nice too.
we can bend, tweak, and massage that to what we want to do.
Okay. Well, well, well.
How
Okay.
about that? Well, let's take off all the garbage that we don't need.
Okay, so this is our final, this is the final float that we made. We got this out of an old 69 Mini Cooper. Chad, you want to hit it to see if we actually did this thing right?
Yep. Okay, turning on.
Supposedly this should be empty. What does that say, Chad?
We are in the red.
Empty, okay. I want you to guess where I'm holding it now.
Just shy of half.
Okay. How about now?
You are full.
There we go. That's it.
Fantastic.
I think we did it. All right, cool. So I'm gonna drop this in the tank now and we should be good to go. The way we figured it out was this is obviously the top of the tank. We took a measurement here. That's empty. Did the sweep and that's full. So that's engineering for you. Engineering. Spending 2 hours working on this Amazon fuel cell. And there we go, folks. There it is. Empty. And now that it's up, it's full. All right, let's.
Guess what I'm at? Guess who I am?
0.
I am
One? No, you're
0.
one. You're one. You're one. 0 1 0 1 0
I'm
1.
saying 1. I touched myself. I touched myself.
Go for it.
Yeah.
Holy sh! Wow. Wow.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, I like a little bang bang.
Okay.
Well, I'm gonna push it out. So that's good.
Wait, why is this not closing? Something blocking it? There you go.
Thanks.
Got the headlight. Our universal headlight. It just shines directly in front of the car on the floor.
Oh my.
Joey has the single race seat. Yeah, there's a lot going on in there. This is just a test run, guys. This is how all of our test runs go.
Yeah, horribly.
That's yeah, I know.
All right. Let's do this.
All right.
Hopefully it's light.
Thank God. How do you feel, Joey?
I'm excited. Yeah, I can't see anything.
You're pressing in the clutch, then pushing the button.
Yeah. I don't have the confidence to just.
Okay, I gotcha. All right.
I don't know how the delay is working yet.
Okay, well, I mean,
Does it sound good?
yeah, it's like a freaking sport bike.
Really?
Dude, I could hear you all the way down there, clear as day.
Oh, really?
You're a quarter mile away. You sounded just as loud. You're right next to me.
Oh, that's
It's loud, Joey. All right, we're back at the shop today. Left at 2 a.m. Joey, myself, and Chad. And now we're gonna do the poor man's dyno today. We don't have a dyno machine because that's not in the budget, but we have to do some base mapping, and it's a lot harder to do out on the street. So we want to do it in a controlled environment where we have the wideband O2 in the exhaust. Joey's gonna put the wideband O2 in the exhaust, do some data logging, and we're gonna do some dyno tuning. We won't be able to get horsepower figures, obviously, but Joey will at least be able to go through the gears, set the RPM in each gear, set the air fuel in each gear, and we're gonna have that giant fan to get all the smoke out of the shop. As you can see, there's still smoke billowing over there. From the look, it's just like floating there. You see it? Those are all exhaust fumes. We want to make sure we get those out of the shop, or else Joey and I will be found years later holding each other like they did the Mayans. Remember the Mayans back in the day, Joey, when they have like those massive volcanoes, and like a woman is holding her child. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, just sitting in volcanic ash. That'll be Joey and I. We don't want to go out like that. That's not a good look.
No, not at all.
Okay, we got our mini dyno right here. That's being sucked at the thing, coming out right into the shop, directly into the shop.
Ta-da!
No clutch.
Really?
Why not?
I like it.
Oh, ah! You got me.
Why are you shifting with the clutch now?
Because it started bogging in the upper gears. Dude, I went through 5 gears, no clutch. So I think it's like almost there, but not quite.
Okay.
I don't know.
Needs to be dyno tuned.
Huh?
Need to put it on the dyno.
Oh, absolutely. Boys and girls, here is the Volkswagen Rabbit Caddy. And I just want to give you guys a quick overview in case a lot of you haven't seen the prior videos on this build, and just point out some components so you get a better idea for what each one does. Right in front of you here, you'll see this massive radiator we decided to mount in the rear. I think it looks really cool in the rear. We could have put it in the front, but I think it's a lot higher visual impact in the back. This radiator is from a C10 pickup truck, and it has dual 10-inch fans. It works one of two ways. The first way is there is an internal temperature sensor mounted in the bike controls that tell the fans when to turn on. And on the interior, we have an interior switch right there, as you can see, that has a manual turn on for the fans as well. If there's one regret I have for this build so far is actually putting so much money into a $300 rear end. This $300 rear end easily turned into a $2,000 rear end. We did a rebuild of it. We put new axles in it. It has limited slip, and it also has 410 gears, and all of those things amounted to about the $2,000 mark. So I kind of wish that I just started from scratch and had a built rear end put in this. And that way, I could have actually adjusted the width and had the wheels stick out a little bit less on each side. So the radiator itself uses that Tesla water pump to pump the coolant from the motorcycle engine to the radiator. On this side here, we also have the air shocks. These are made from Monroe. One of the mistakes we made with the air shocks was we only have one valve on that side. We should have had 2 valves to control each air shock individually. I had that originally on my Toyota Tacoma. Unfortunately, with one valve on that side, when we fill it up, it tends to fill up very uneven with air. So sometimes one side of the truck will be up about an inch higher than the other side. One of my favorite parts of the entire motorcycle build is this Pingle auto shifter. I want to thank Pingle again. This actually allows us to use those paddle shifters, those buttons at least that we have on the steering wheel. And speaking of steering wheel, that steering wheel is from the City EL. I'm sure you remember the City EL, the little 3-wheeled car that I had. Unfortunately, I had to break it down and throw it away, and I actually ended up reusing the steering wheel from that as kind of like a reminiscent or a callback. One of my favorite vehicles. So this Pingle auto shifter allows us to push the buttons on the shifter, and it'll shift automatically without the clutch. Unfortunately, that system really isn't up and running just yet. We have to do some more wiring to program in the throttle kill, because when we do that, when you shift, we need like a millisecond delay, so it actually cuts the fuel going to the engine so it could perform the shift, and then we could get back into the acceleration. All right, now here we have the reservoir for the intercooler. We have these 2 lines that come from the air intake for the bike, and it goes to that radiator, aka intercooler. Now this was a really cool piece. We actually 3D printed this piece. John went ahead and put this in CAD, and Chad went ahead and used his printer to print it out. So this is a completely custom piece, and we're using the air inlet from this side to help cool down the intercooler. On the wheels aspect of things, remember we used to have these super wide wheels on this, and now I since switched back to the Saab 9000 wheels, but this time I painted them black, and I think it looks a lot better. It doesn't stick out anywhere near as far as the old wheels did. Not only that, but these have a larger diameter, giving us a higher top speed in each gear, and these wheels also weigh 7 pounds more than these. So if anyone's interested in these wheels, just hit me up if you're local, and I'll handily sell them to you for a really, really, really good price. Again, it's on all 4 corners. I think it gives it a really nice stealth look. I really enjoyed these Saab wheels. I thought they were very different. So just painting them black, give them a little bit of a more modern touch. Under the hood, there's a couple things going on here. Under the hood, we have this pump that aids us in braking. That's our power braking pump, as well as the reservoir. We have a very small battery. We do have to change that. This battery is way too small. It's really power the electronics of the motorcycle and the car itself, especially when we have halogen lights. We have to switch to LED because those take up much, much, much less energy than their halogen counterparts do. That is my makeshift center console. It's going to be going in pretty soon. On the front of this, we're going to have the displays for the power commander, which is the unit that controls the bike. So that's going to be right there. And on this, we're going to have a few more things as well. That's our grab handle. That's actually permanently mounted in there. So when things start going wrong, you could hold on to that. This is the manual override for the fans in case you see the temperature going too high. On the bike, you can manually click on the fans and the fans will turn on as opposed to waiting to the bike to do it. In the center, I'm gonna actually cut a hole in here and have the voltage meter for the EV aspect of the Caddy. So on the middle, you can see the high voltage monitor to see what percentage it's at on the 72 volt battery. And there'll be another switch on this side matching to turn off and on the EV portion of things. The e-brake works, the turn signals work. We've been working really, really hard to get this thing going so far. And in the next video, you're gonna see this thing on the dyno, and that's when you're gonna see it hoon. I know everyone wants to see it hoon. They wanna see it spin around. They wanna see it do crazy stuff. We're gonna put it on the dyno first, make sure it's safe, and then we should be good to go. But on this side, you'll also see that we have this inlet here and that screen that feeds right to the turbo. I just really love this build. I think it's really cool. I think it's really creative. I know that there's definitely better ways to do things, but we actually like the rough and the rugged look of things. But either way, thank you guys for watching, and we will see you guys pretty soon with the final installment of the Rabbit video. You can actually watch this thing do its thing.